Shalom and Chodesh Tov to you all. Allow me to share with you a very beautiful story which I think has a very important message for each and every one of us. There was once a very successful businessman, and he was becoming old and decided that he wanted to find a new CEO. So he didn't want to use members of his family nor some of the higher executives, and so he called some of the employees. And he suggested to them, I'm going to now create a new CEO so that I can retire. And so what he said to them is, I'm going to give you something now. I'm going to give you all a seed, a very special seed. And I'm going to ask you to come back in a year and show me exactly what you've been able to do with the seed. Amongst all of those young people was a young man called Moshe. And he went home, told his wife what he had to do, and she went out, bought a beautiful pot, some lovely soil, fertilizer, and Moshe started to look after the seed. A few weeks later, the people were talking about what they had produced, and now all of a sudden they were starting to get some flowers, and some people had different things. But poor Moshe, nothing grew. Weeks passed, months passed. And then all of a sudden, at the end of the year, everybody came into the business, and they came with their pots and with everything that they had created and everything that grew. Moshe came, but he had an empty pot, just the soil and the fertilizer and the seed that had been planted. Everybody was happy with what they had produced. Moshe sat in the back, very, very timidly, and he knew that the boss would think that he was a complete failure. Everybody brought up their beautiful plants and their flowers, and Moshe sat quietly until the boss said, "Excuse me, you in the back, would you bring up what you've got in your pot?" And poor Moshe timidly walked up to the front and produced the pot. The boss immediately said to everybody, "Please sit down. But you, Moshe, I want you to remain standing." The boss then said to everyone, "This is the new CEO of the company." They were amazed. He had produced nothing. And yet all of a sudden, he was now the CEO of the business. And the old man said, "You see, what's important for you to understand is that I gave each and every one of you a seed. But in essence, it was a seed which was not going to allow anything to grow. I had boiled it. And as far as I was concerned, I knew nothing would grow. And yet this man persevered. And so he is going to be the CEO. Because I know what you all did. When you saw nothing was growing, you actually substituted another seed for the seed that I gave you. Welcome to the new CEO of this business. The message, my friends, is very simple. If you plant honesty, you'll reap trust. And if you plant goodness, you will reap friends. If you plant humility, you will reap greatness. If you plant perseverance, you will reap contentment. And if you plant hard work, you will reap success. So, my friends, the message is, be careful what you plant now, because that will determine what you will reap later. Shabbat Shalom, Chodesh Tov, and more importantly, be well and stay safe. Shabbat Shalom.